to the Hello Wire Video Podcast. It's your host, Max Road, the video hunting shark, rewinding tapes, checking out trailers, and getting rid of those videos we no longer want nor need. Yes, it's the Hello Wired Video Podcast, formerly known as the Hello Weird Video Podcast. I switched the letters around because I thought it was hella weird to call myself Hello Weird. If being weird wasn't weird, the name was good. It wasn't a bad name. It's a spin-off of Hollywood Videos. Is it Hollywood Videos or Video? Hollywood Videos, whatever. Hold on, I have a Hollywood video tape right there, and it is Hollywood Video. You know how we are, right? Blockbuster Videos, Hollywood Videos. You can tell us the proper way of saying something many times, and we're going to say it the way we want to say it. Like, Brooke Shield. Brooke Shield. But I'm sure I'm not the only one that calls her Brooke Shields. So anyhow, yeah, man. So, it's the same format. Shit, it's the same format as Black Bastard Video. Like I said, rewinding those tapes, checking out trailers. Who would have thought little Steven Van Zandt? The dude from The Sopranos, the consigliere. Who would have thought that he has a song with Run DMC and African Bambaataa? I didn't know that until I purchased this image preview disc. There's about 30 trailers on this laser disc. That brings me to my first point of discussion, and honestly, I don't know how long this podcast is going to go today. It might be my only point of discussion today, and that is VHS laser disc. It's not about what's better, because they are both equally great, okay? And nothing has to be better than the other. That's not what we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss, what you look for in a VHS, what you look for in a laser disc. What are the drawbacks of a VHS? What are the drawbacks of a laser disc? And we're going to go just one for one, all right? Okay, let's start with cover art. Just the image on the VHS, right? It's not about who's winning, it's not about who's losing, it's just what I look for in a VHS, or what I hope to find. I don't hope to find anything. What I enjoy about VHS art is how much they can get done with just this much real estate, right? Sometimes you can tell that there's more image, but they were able to fit it all on the VHS. We have the laser disc of Vacation, National Lampoon's Vacation. And I don't know this for sure, but this might just be the exact same image that's on the VHS, right? With nothing cropped. But oftentimes when it comes to a VHS, the image is cropped. With something this size, there's no reason as to why they can't fit the entire image on the laser disc, right? Now, when I was younger, and I would come across laser disc in the wild, right? Not in the wild. It wasn't in the wild. It was in the stores. Okay, it wasn't hard to find laser disc back in the day. I believe Tower Records was the first time I remember seeing a laser disc, and I had become accustomed to, if I'm looking at something like this, it's a vinyl record, right? But when I remember seeing Laserdisc back in the day, right? And the image was just, way larger, obviously, than, how can I say this? It was hard for my brain to equate that an image on a jacket this big, there is a film on there. I couldn't wrap my head around it. Because all I knew was VHS tapes. If I'm not watching cable, if a movie isn't on cable, it's on VHS. That's just what the world was for many of us. And it was hard for me to wrap my mind around there being a movie on here. So it looked odd. It was an oddity to me. Now, we know about the, I don't know if we know. I don't even know if you collect. I don't know if you just happen upon my channel and you're just like, what the hell is this dude talking about? Laserdisc, VHS. Maybe you're 19 years old and you've never heard of either or. It's all new to you. This is the Warner home video release. The VHS tapes looked exactly like this as far as the color scheme and the image chosen. So more than likely, the VHS of this is the exact same image with nothing cropped, with this shit going right here on the side. I love it. And once again, it's not about who's winning. It's not about what's better, what's worse. I'm just saying, what do you want when you're picking up something to purchase? Do you want something that's going to give you as much as it possibly can, or give you what it can deliver based off the size, based off what it has to work with? The little VHS that could. The look of a VHS tape, right? The look of a VHS to a Laserdisc. It's not about what's better, it's not about what's worse. It's about what you're looking for. And with the Laserdisc, right? For the most part, your image is going to be, for its time period, crystal clear, unless over time it's rotted, or if the transfer was just terrible from the jump. But with a VHS tape, right? Sometimes, not oftentimes, like right now, you can't see it, but on the other side of Hello Wired video, I'm watching Rambo 2 on VHS, and it looks great, right? It doesn't look rusty, it doesn't look washed out, oversaturated. The contrast is balanced. For the most part, this is a perfect tape. I mean, it's getting the job done. And everything's in detail. Everything has a nice color to it. I mean, it's great. I'm looking at this right now, and it's like, it can't get any better than this. And then someone throws on a Blu-ray or a 4K, you're like, Jesus, I was missing all this. I couldn't make this VHS do what that 4K is doing to save my life, you know? But 4Ks don't exist, right? Blu-rays don't exist. Let me adjust my seat. I'm just completely leaned back on you guys. There you go. If higher quality product doesn't exist, you're like, this is as good as it will get, as good as it can get, as good as it should get. But yeah, VHS tapes will surprise you. Even when they're crappy tapes. You're like, I know the image is like crap, but that's a part of the appeal. There's no mystery, for the most part, with Laserdisc. Laserdisc I describe as a high quality, superb VHS image. It's very strange with VHS, man. You almost like, the more rustic it looks, the better. I always do that. When someone gets smacked in a movie, they took it on the chin, so did I. All right, let's do a which is better right now. If we're gonna do which is better, part 1 or part 2? Rambo 1 or Rambo 2? I go with Rambo 1. You know, when I was younger, I didn't know what the hell they were. I didn't know Rambo First Blood, part 2. First Blood, part 2. I didn't understand that First Blood meant, you know, Drew First Blood. I didn't. Okay, dude. Okay. No one explained nothing to me when I was a kid. Okay. I didn't have a lot of friends when I was a kid, and I had siblings that would just laugh at me rather than tell me things. If I ask a question that is deemed stupid, I just get laughed at. And I didn't have Encyclopedia Britannica. I didn't have that, so I didn't know anything. Okay, I was dumb. Right? So yeah, First Blood, Rambo, First Blood, Rambo 2, First Blood. Why is part 2 called First? Should be called Second Blood. Yeah, part 2 is a movie, okay? Part 2 is a movie. There's a kind of movie that Danny Mannequin could have got sucked into. You know, this could have been Last Action Hero just as easily. You know, imagine Danny Mannequin gets sucked into Rambo Part 2, First Blood Part 2. But part 1, right? Part 1's a real movie. I mean, not a movie. It's a real movie. You know, it's a film. That's what I'm trying to say. It was deep. This is all surface level. He doesn't even seem like the same guy. Yeah, Rambo does not seem like the same guy from part 1. Like, he just gave a little smirk right there to the girl. Like, he's a simp in this movie, basically. Okay. In part 1, he'll blow up the whole town and anybody, man, woman, anybody who gets in the way. Yeah, so let's see. The image of a VHS tape, you know, Like, yeah, I don't know about you. I want to own various editions on VHS, from first editions to the last, right? And depending on the film, I'll watch them all in one day. I'll just do back to backs, you know? Like I said, Laserdisc, you just know what you're gonna get. I would say the one thing in Laserdisc where you don't know what you're gonna get, and it can go either way, is Disco Vision. Right? I've had some Disco Visions that are right to hell, okay? But I have some that are just like, oh, this is a Disco Vision. Like my ABBA Disco Vision. It's just like, this is gorgeous, man. It's fantastic. With Laserdisc, there is a bottom, right? It's not an endless sea. It may feel like it. But when it comes to VHS to Laserdisc, there's more footage on VHS. Laserdisc will never be able to touch the amount of footage that's out there in the world. Like, I have a stage play from 1985 of The Wizard of Oz. I don't think you're gonna find that on Laserdisc. Like, it's a stage play from a school, you know, like a bunch of fourth graders. Yeah. Not gonna find that on Laserdisc, dude. I love this trailer.
Street Part 3. Trey's just around the corner. Jonathan Swisher.
Trailers. Okay. I know that the Laserdisc is limited to the amount of footage. I'm saying bandwidth, but it's analog. To the amount of information you can store on a Laserdisc. I know it's limited, okay? But that doesn't excuse, there's no excuse for there not being trailers on Laserdisc, dude. Okay? Now, of course, back in the day, when we didn't want to watch trailers, okay? When we get a VHS, right, from Blockbuster or what have you, more times than not, we're just like, fast forward, get to the movie. I'm trying to watch Friday, okay? Come on, man. I don't want to see a trailer for Man's Best Friend. But all these years later, right? I thought it was quite lame that there were no trailers for the most part. And I mean 99% of the time, there's no trailers on Laserdisc before the movie starts. You want to watch trailers on Laserdisc? You gotta buy the Image Laserdisc preview disc. But yeah, VHSs, man, like, that's the thing, man, like, I'm watching The Howling 3, right? And then all of a sudden you're watching a trailer for Hard to Die. And like, wow, I never knew about this movie, Hard to Die. Looks like something I'd want to watch. Yeah. You're watching The Omen, Part 4. And a trailer for Lady Terminator pops up. You're like, wow, I never knew there was a movie called Lady Terminator. I'd like to watch that. You know? This helps me, you know, all these years later of discovering films that I never knew about. You know. Maybe I did know about this. You know, sometimes, like, I wonder how much I saw when I was, you know, 12, 13 years old. How many trailers that I see? My palate was that of a child, right? So I could look at something and be like, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. I don't like that, right? I wonder how, you know, I'll never know. It's a God question. How much did I dismiss when I was a kid that because of my ignorance, you know, you know, if I saw this when I was a kid, I'd never want to watch it. Slaughterhouse 5. I'd be like, yeah, this is boring. I remember back in the day, man, I used to watch the most boring stuff though, man. Like, and multiple times. And some of those boring films that I watched multiple times, I now own on Laserdisc. Like, Indian Summer. I was like 11 years old, 12, watching Indian Summer, and why would that movie resonate with me? Why would I watch that movie? You know, about a bunch of 30-year-olds. But some, you know, it hit something right here, you know? And as I've gotten older and I watch that film, there's a few characters in the movie that that I am or have been, you know, like the older guy. They're all old, right? With the young broad, she's like, you know, 20, 21, right? She's old now, right? She's probably 50 now.
Same time next year. It's a story of adultery, of crisis. Yes, this is Daddy. Is there anything wrong?
Like, this is a movie I would have watched when I was a kid. You guys just don't know. I mean, of course, 70% of those that watch, that are viewing this channel, 70%, are between 35 and 45. So you guys know the 35. You guys kind of know. You know, I keep giving 30-year-olds credit, thinking they know. They don't. Sometimes they don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. They barely remember being 10 years old, which is 2000 for them. You know, or 1995. I don't even know. Doing the math wrong. 2005. But the 40-year-olds, you guys remember, you guys know, there was nothing on TV back in the day. You know, there was nothing.
The Caribbean.
But you know, us having to wade through those days of there not being anything on TV, midday. Yo, listen. When the showcase showdown is over and the Young and the Restless theme begins, it's your ass if you stay home from school sick. Your options are the Brady Bunch, the Partridge Family, Little House on the Prairie, Bonanza. And if you had cable, like I had, Fish Called Wanda, Cadillac Man, and if you're lucky, Shrimp on the Barbie. Great flick and frick. Yeah, I brought some laser disc from Slackbastard Video, my apartment, to Hella Wired Video, my mom's house. My boyfriend, her boyfriend's back. It's a movie called My Boyfriend's Back on Laserdisc. There's a write-up on here. There's a lot of prejudice against the undead. Anti-hero Andrew Laurie says at one point in this flick, and that sums up the plot of this quite silly but amiable horror spoof. There's a lot more words on here, but I'm not going to read them. Yeah, teenager Johnny Dingle will do anything to keep his date with the honest girl in school, even come back from the grave. I know some of you young whippersnappers are like, I know that movie. That's Warm Bodies. I love Warm Bodies. No! Her boyfriend's back was first. Okay? You know, I talk a lot of crap, but there's probably a Boyfriend's Back about 20 years before Boyfriend's Back came out. I was a teenage zombie. We got Japanese release of RoboCop Sans the Obi strip. That's cool. Don't worry about it. It's just a strip of paper. We got the first National Kids Inc. Kids disc. Where did I get ink from? Kid disc. The first National Kid disc. We got Happily Ever After. This was, I think every laser disc I'm showing you was picked up from Joe of Video Room, located in Piedmont. At least it once was, on Piedmont Avenue in Oakland, California. At one time it was, until they shut down. Now he operates out of a shed in his backyard. We got National Lampoon's Vacation. I already showed you guys that. And this will come on about 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 to 7 o'clock in the morning when I was a kid. We got Fraggle Rock, Fraggle songs. Anyhow, thank you for tuning in to Hella Wired Video Podcast. Your host, Max Road. Black Bastard Video, which is essentially the same format of Hella Wired Video, will be back August 1st. At this point, that's about 2 or 3 days from now. I say 2 or 3 because I can't remember if July has 30 days or 31 days. But anyhow, I'll see you soon.